with what is allowability? And just to start, what we're looking at is there's main key criteria of allowability that are going to be managed in both federal and non-federal. When we're looking at uniform guidance, that's obviously going to be on our federal side, but a lot of the same principles are going to be happening on our non-federal as well. So the key criteria that we're going to be talking about and really diving in depth today are going to be that cost must be essential. They need to be not prudent, or they need to be prudent and not excessive, reflecting what a reasonable person would do in a similar circumstance. So if you hear about like a prudent person test or a reasonable person test, that's what we're kind of talking about there. They need to directly benefit the grant funded project. And if it benefits multiple projects, we want to make sure that they're allocated fairly and consistently across the multiple projects. Cost should be applied uniformly across all funding sources. So if something's an indirect on one source, it should be an indirect on all those sources and not just sometimes direct, sometimes indirect, all loosey-goosey. And they need to have clear supporting documentation. In addition, they can't be prohibited. They can't be unallowable, which is sort of like a funny thing to think about. But for something to be allowable, it cannot be explicitly stated that is unallowable on the project.